When you hear the word negotiation, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's this tense, high-stakes battle, right? A zero-sum game where for me to win, you have to lose. But what if that's not the whole story? What if we've been looking at it all wrong? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
So is it really just a tug of war, a fight to see who can dig their heels in and give up the least? For the longest time, that was pretty much the standard playbook. It's a model that almost guarantees that everyone walks away feeling, well, a little bit bruised. And that's the mindset we're here to challenge.
This old-school approach has a name. It's called positional bargaining. The easiest way to think about it is like two people fighting over a single pie. Every slice that I manage to grab is a slice that you don't get. It's competitive by its very nature, and it puts a hard ceiling on what's possible, all because it starts with the assumption that the pie can never, ever get any bigger.
But here's the thing, there is a much, much better way. It just requires a fundamental shift in how we see the whole situation, moving away from this battle of wills and toward, you guessed it, a collaborative effort. Let's see how this completely changes the game.
And this right here, this is the heart of it. It's so simple, but it's a total game changer. Instead of focusing on what each side has to give up, the concessions, the goal shifts to figuring out what both sides truly need. The whole point is to find that common ground and align those deeper interests.
And this lays out the difference perfectly. The old way, forcing concessions, is basically a conversation about loss. What are you willing to sacrifice for me to get what I want? But the new way, aligning interests, is a conversation about gain. How can we both walk away from this table with something really valuable? You're going from a situation with a winner and a loser to one where you're building a path so everybody can benefit.
We can actually map this out. Look at this outcome matrix. Down in the bottom right, you've got lose-lose. That's where nobody's happy. Then you have the classic win-lose. And of course, its opposite, lose-win. But the sweet spot, the real breakthrough, is sitting right up there in the top left, the win-win. And this isn't just about compromise, it's about finding a creative, better solution. That's the zone where collaborative negotiation really shines.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But what about in the real world? Does this collaborative stuff actually work? Well, the evidence is a resounding yes. Let's look at the proof that turns this from a nice idea into a seriously powerful strategy. And look, the research on this is crystal clear. Study after study shows the same pattern. Those aggressive, win-at-all-cost tactics might feel like a victory in the moment, but it's the collaborative, win-win models that create real, lasting value. Why? Because they build trust, they build stronger relationships, and they deliver results that actually stick around. And we've got a fantastic real-world example of this in action. Let's talk about a tech giant like IBM. For years, like a lot of big companies, they operated on a more traditional, you could say competitive model with their partners. But then they decided to make a pretty big change. So what happened? By making that conscious shift towards true partnership negotiations, really focusing on shared goals and mutual benefits, the results were just transformative. Innovation shot up because partners felt safe enough to share their best ideas. And ultimately, it just built much stronger, more resilient businesses for everyone involved.
So we've seen the why and we've seen the proof. The big question is, how can you actually put this into practice? Well, it's probably simpler than you think. Here's a really straightforward two-step playbook to get you started.
It really just boils down to two key things. First, prepare with data. Don't just walk in and wing it. Do your homework. Understand the facts, the figures, the whole landscape. And second, and this is the absolute game changer, actively seek mutual gains. Go into that room with the mindset of a detective, looking for clues on how you can both win.
So what do we really mean by mutual gains? This is where the magic happens. It's about finding those creative solutions that maybe nobody had even thought of before. It's about working together to bake a bigger, better pie so there's more for everyone, instead of just fighting over the crumbs of the original one.
So, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. It's a total reframe of the entire situation. You are not walking into a fight that has to be won. You're sitting down with a partner to solve a complex puzzle, and you both know there's a solution that helps everyone. That changes everything, doesn't it? It turns something that can be a huge source of stress into an opportunity for creativity and, honestly, connection. So the next time you're heading into a negotiation, whether it's big or small, just ask yourself this one question. Don't ask, how am I going to win? Ask, how are we going to find the win-win?